All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to January. I hope you've had a good start to the year. 2024 hasn't been good. We are now in another year. I hope and I pray that you're really excited for what 2024 has to offer. So before we go very far with the first class of the year, let me just begin by saying a word of prayer over this class. Father, in Jesus' name, we thank you. This is the day that the Lord has made. We rejoice and we are glad in it. We even just give you praise and we glorify you for helping us get to this point where we are now doing the first class of 2024. Lord, we commit all our plans before you. All the classes that we have scheduled out for the year, I commit them into your hands. And I pray, Lord, that this is the year where you shift us to another level in our wellness, that we become more intentional and we become more deliberate about what we are doing to support our wellness and to really take care of our bodies that are the temple of the Holy Spirit. Father, I pray for your grace over this broadcast in the name of Jesus. We pray that you take control over the airways, even take control over what I'm going to teach today, Holy Spirit. Make me what you want me to teach and none of my own wise words or anything that has to do with me, but that your people, the people who will watch this class, will benefit and that they will begin to learn to see wellness the way you see, that we have to take care of our earthly vessels so that we can do what you have called us to do in this life. We thank you and I do praise you and glorify you for another opportunity just to teach and to share this love for the essential oils that you have put within me with others. In Jesus' precious name I pray. Amen. So yeah, welcome. This is a pre-recorded class, so it's going to be premiering on the 20th of January on my YouTube channel. I invite you to go through the other videos in the wellness playlist. There are about 11 of them. And for this year, I'm really excited because I've got a year's worth of good classes to teach. My intention with these classes is to show you how you can begin to incorporate essential oils and aromatherapy into your everyday wellness routine. So if you're here and that's what you're looking for, welcome. Karibu sana to my channel. If you're new to me, let's see. Oh gosh. And let me see how to get this done. Yes. If you're new to me, my name is Bree. I'm so excited that you're here. I have been using essential oils for just over 8 years, doTERRA essential oils to be specific, for just over 8 years now. I started in November 2015, but my first encounter with essential oils was in around 2010 when I was battling a bout of acne, and so I started then, but I really got into it in 2015. And over the years, I've discovered that I really love educating people on how to use essential oils as a wellness tool every day, safely and effectively. So this is an informational webinar. It's not intended to replace proper medical advice. And information here is from my research, knowledge, training, and personal experience, specifically with doTERRA essential oils. So there are two things here. Number one, you're encouraged to make your own healthcare decisions based on partnership rather, with a qualified healthcare practitioner. And then if you're looking for information concerning essential oils and you just want to know how can essential oils support my wellness, you're in the right place. Karibu sana, feel at home. Feel free to go to my YouTube channel and just click on the wellness playlist, and you're going to find a whole lot of information that will be very helpful to you as regards essential oils. Okay. So we're going to be talking really today about using essential oils in your fitness journey, using essential oils to support your fitness journey. And this is a very important topic, number one, because we're in January, and one of the wellness goals that many people have is to exercise more or to lose weight or to become a little bit healthier than they were the previous year. So if that is one of your wellness goals, I am here to just show you a few ways that you can begin to incorporate essential oils to help you along in the fitness journey. I also just want to be very categorical to say, fitness fitness is one of those things that you have to keep doing. You have to keep doing it. You can't say you can't be fit for one day and then come back the next month one day. Fitness is one of those things that you just have to keep doing consistently, and then in the long run, every small step and every small action that you take will pay off. So what are we going to be covering in today's class? We're going to be talking about the different body systems that affect fitness. We're going to be talking about the therapeutic properties that make essential oils useful on a fitness journey. We're going to talk about which essential oils to use, and then we're going to talk about how do you actually incorporate essential oils in fitness. It's one thing to say you can use essential oils in fitness, and then the question becomes, how do I therefore do it? So welcome, and buckle up for an hour or so of some really good information. I had so much joy, and I really enjoyed myself when I was kind of putting this class together, and I hope you will learn a lot, and I hope it's just going to help you look at your fitness journey from a slightly different perspective. So the first system we're going to look at is the musculoskeletal system, and this is your bones, your joints, your cartilage, your tendons, your ligaments, and your muscles. So bones are what gives support, structure, shape, and stability to your body, while at the same time protecting your vital organs. Your cartilage acts as a protective cushion between your bones, preventing friction in the joints and also absorbing shock. And then there are other different muscles that are responsible for different functions in the body. Some generate heat, others are responsible for circulation and respiration. And there's so much that goes on. One of the things that I've come to really appreciate is how our bodies are such a complex system. Like, it's so intricate that there are so many moving parts in our bodies, and they each have an impact. So you can imagine, if you were to take your eyes out, you'd be incapacitated in some way. Like, we need all our body parts to be functioning well in order for us to have an optimal life. Let me just settle here a little bit better. I think that's okay now, right? And then we've got muscles contract and relax, and it's what helps facilitate movement and mobility. And so I found these facts to be really interesting, that muscles account for 40% of your total body weight. Then the largest muscle in the body is the gluteus maximus in the buttocks, which helps us to maintain upright posture. And when you begin to examine all these things, you begin to see that this is surely the work of God. This is like God's handiwork. So when the Bible tells us that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, indeed we are. Even as you just sit down and look at the interesting the interplay between the different organs and muscles and networks in the body, and how they all work together cohesively to form what is known as the complex organism of the human being, right? The muscular system has more than 600 muscles that work together. The key word here is they work together for a fully functioning body. Then we have the heart being the hardest working muscle that pumps 5 liters of blood per minute when you are resting, and when you're exercising, it will do between 15 to 20 liters of blood per minute when you run or exercise, to make sure that your body gets enough oxygen and fuel. Isn't that amazing? Like, when you begin to look at what science has unearthed and uncovered concerning the human body, and then this also just goes to show you that there's still so much more that they haven't uncovered. Let me just confirm that we are, okay. And then the ear has the smallest muscles and the smallest bones, and yet the ear is also a very important component of the body. So you can imagine, if you did not have ears, wow, it's insane when you just begin to look at the whole impact, isn't it, right? Then we're going to go to the cardiovascular and the circulatory system, and this is made up of your heart, your blood vessels, your blood itself, the arteries, capillaries, and veins. Its function is to pump oxygen and nutrients in blood to the body, and to transport carbon dioxide and waste to lungs and excretory organs. So there's always an exchange going on through the circulatory system. Excuse me. And poor circulation shows up as numbness, as tingling, as pain, as cramps, and as coldness in the body. So the circulatory system, the cardiovascular and circulatory systems are critical to healthy organs, support the immune system, help with fluid balance, and help the body keep a constant temperature. So you're not too hot and you're not too cold, right? Then we also look at the lymphatic system. So far we have looked at the musculoskeletal system. We have looked at the cardiovascular and the circulatory system. Now we are moving into the lymphatic system. And this is a part of the immune system that complements the circulatory system. It's made up of the thymus, the bone marrow, the tonsils, the lymph nodes, which are literally everywhere. I believe you've got some under your armpits, you've probably got some around here. It has the spleen and mucous membranes. It's a network of vessels, nodes, and ducts that pass through almost all body fluids, which allows for the circulation of lymph. And it's responsible for maintaining fluid balance in the body, the absorption of fatty acids in the stomach, and the regulation of the immune system. So the white blood cells defend the body against infection and expel cellular waste from the body. In other words, the white blood cells are also very important for the detoxification process of our body. And it's so interesting that our body is actually very self-regulating. So it will take in what it needs and then it will excrete or expel what it doesn't need. And so the respiratory system is the body system responsible for how we breathe. It's made up of the lungs, the bronchi, and the airways. So every time you breathe in, it is used to transport oxygen to your cell, helping our cells grow, reproduce, and perform their different functions. And every time we breathe out, it's responsible for taking out carbon dioxide out of our bodies as well. And so the average adult will take between 12 to 20 breaths per minute. And this is involuntary. You don't even think about it. Like right now, I'm not counting that I have taken 20 breaths per minute. It's something that just happened, and which means that in a day we will have done between 18,000 and 30,000 breaths. That is amazing, and it's something that we don't even have to think about. Can you imagine trying to think that how many breaths have I done? By the time you get to 100, you are halfway confused. So I think when you just begin to appreciate the complexity of the human body, you cannot deny. It then becomes undeniable that that this is more. There's so much more going on. There must be someone or something that is just responsible for maintaining these things, and that's why. So this is also a faith-based channel. So everything that I speak about from the lens of God, of Jehovah. And for me, it just continues to blow my mind that indeed God's ways are not our ways, and his thoughts are just not our thoughts. When I think about this, my mind is already so mind blown, and he does this for the 31 billion or so inhabitants on the earth. It's truly, God is indeed a good God. Wow. Studies suggest that calmer, slower, and more confident breathing patterns can have a beneficial effect on your emotions and overall wellness. And I did a whole class on respiratory wellness. You can go back to my YouTube channel. I believe I did that in the month of June 2023. Just check it out. It was also a very powerful explanatory class, just talking about respiratory wellness, and some of the revelations, scientific revelations and discoveries just again continue to just make me, I was like, wow, there's so much going on that we really take for granted, right? So the question therefore becomes, how do all these body systems affect fitness? And one of the things I realized that was that fitness will affect the state of these systems, but the state of these body systems will also affect your mobility and your movement and your level of flexibility and fitness. So exercise will help improve all of these functions, but these systems will also improve how we experience the benefits of exercise. It's one thing to be told you need to move more, because if you move more, you're going to remain flexible and supple, and you can kind of slow down the effects of aging, as opposed to being, or you can kind of the word is not to negate, but you can kind of reduce the risk of getting certain diseases, for example, that are caused by being sedentary. So exercise, it will help improve all the body systems, but also having your body systems in top condition will help us improve how we experience the benefits of exercise. It's one thing to walk, but if your muscles are paining, that your muscles are hurting also, for example, that affects how walking will benefit you in the long run. So for example, if we know you're supposed to get in like 10,000 steps a day at the very minimum, but if your bones are creaking and aching and hurting, you may not even get to that 10,000 steps. You probably only be able to do up to a certain point, say 3,000 comfortably, before it becomes unbearable. So what I really love about this particular point is that it's really a whole symbiotic relationship, where exercise will improve your body systems, but also your body systems help you will help you enjoy and benefit more from exercise. So when it comes to proper breathing will help your organs function more effectively. And extra oxygen is useful for the body and the mind by improving your stamina and increasing energy. And then when you have an increase in blood flow, or when your circulation in the body is top notch, this benefits the heart and the body's muscles and arteries. And then your heart rate will lower when your blood circulates properly, and your heart muscles will then relax, and your blood pressure will flow evenly throughout the body. And this has an overall effect on every organ in your body. Okay. And then the oxygen carrying capacity of your blood will determine your performance in exercise and your resistance to fatigue. So it is, many of us experience fatigue when we exercise because our blood is not carrying the optimum our blood is not carrying the optimum amount of oxygen, and it's not getting let's say our cells and our body organs are not getting the correct amount of oxygen that it requires. And this obviously has an effect on how we exercise. So for example, if you're running and you're experiencing shortness of breath, means that your circulation or even your respiratory system is just not strong enough to keep up with the demands of the exercise. And that's why we find that people are told to do a lot more cardio exercises, such it can increase your heart rate, such your heart can pump more blood, and that blood then is circulated all around your body, and then you're able to run faster and you're able to build your endurance. The circulatory system keeps us up and running by supplying fuel, eliminating toxins, regulating blood pressure, maintaining fluid balance, and bolstering our immunity. And all that is important to how we will perform as we are exercising, especially if you're doing things like high interval intensity training hits, if you are doing cardio, if you're doing something like swimming. You realize there's so many factors at play, right? And so your lymph fluid relies on movement and the contraction of your muscles to make it flow. So the more you're active and moving, the more the lymph fluid will continue to circulate through your body, and that will help with immune support and detoxification of your body. And so the overall wellness of your musculoskeletal system will affect your muscular strength, your endurance, and your flexibility. And so, for example, if your bones are, let's just go to the bones because that's like the most easiest example to do. So if your bones are stiff and hard, it means your range of motion is affected, and there are many things that you would be limited or impeded. You'll not be able to do effectively. You would do it, but you'd not be able to do effectively. So the thing around all that is you want to be able to move to improve your mobility so that your range of motion is widened and such you can do so much more. So for example, if you're generally an inactive person, you would not be able, for example, to just stand up and do a split like that without risking tearing some tendon or some ligament somewhere. But the more you train your body and train your muscles, then with time you begin to see that, okay, I can do much. I can run for longer periods without feeling winded. I can walk for longer distances without necessarily feeling exhausted. I can now get into my splits without injuring myself, for example. So all these body systems definitely have an effect on our overall fitness. And movement and mobility and flexibility and all that are part of the tenets of wellness when it comes to fitness, right? So I pray and I hope that that was very clear, a very simple and very quick overview of some of the systems that can affect our fitness levels. So where do essential oils fit in all this? We've looked at the body systems and we have seen how they are symbiotic, that the systems need movement and fitness to function well, and that for us to enjoy the benefits that come from different exercises, our body systems need to be in good shape. So essential oils that I alluded to earlier as a wellness tool, they are safe, they are versatile, they have many uses, they're therapeutic, and they affect different body systems. They work relatively fast, that between 2 seconds and 22 minutes, they have circulated around the body, and they're circulated in the blood. They're circulated around in the blood, and they're natural and effective. I do have a class that really speaks to the efficacy of essential oils in wellness. And that was the very first class I did in the month of February. You can check that for a bit more detailed background. This is just a summary. And the part I really want us to focus on is that essential oils are therapeutic, and this means they affect the different body systems. So there are essential oils that will affect the respiratory system. There are essential oils that will affect the cardiovascular and the circulatory system, and there are essential oils that will also affect the musculoskeletal system. I want you to remember that is why we are really focused. That is the direction we're going to take when we're trying to examine, so how are we going to incorporate essential oils in fitness in particular. And what makes essential oils actually potent and therapeutic is a matter of its chemical composition, that is chemistry. So there have been specific aromatic compounds which have been studied and shown to support different body systems. So this is how I view and how I teach about essential oils, that essential oils is both a science and an art. It's a science because there is research to back up the efficacy of essential oils based on studying specific aromatic compounds. It is these aromatic compounds that make the essential oils therapeutic. And that's what we're going to be discussing in the next section. And then when it comes to essential oils as an art form, it means that you then have the creative license to learn how to incorporate essential oils into your lifestyle in a way that will work for you. So you can decide to use it in the shower, for example, or you can decide to diffuse. That's part of the artful way of using essential oils. And this is then where everyday aromatherapy comes in, that there's a space for essential oils in everyday wellness. You can look at your schedules and your routines, and you can create pockets of time in your day to be able to use essential oils to support you in your wellness journey. All right. So what are some of the therapeutic properties that make essential oils useful in fitness in particular? That they are spasmolytic, they relieve spasms, and they help your muscles relax. They are analgesic, which means they help to relieve pain. They are antimicrobial, and in this case, they are antiviral, antifungal, and antibacterial. They're adaptogenic. And this is one of the most important therapeutic properties of essential oils, in my opinion, that they help to restore balance in your body depending on the need. And it's also a very complex scientific principle known as biofeedback, where the cells in your body will communicate with the aromatic compounds, and they'll just know to go where it needs to bring balance and homeostasis back into the body. And then they are air cleansers, and they clear the air of microbes and microorganisms. And because many of them also have a beautiful smell, they help scent the air. They're antioxidant. They maintain balance in the cells. They help to keep oxidative stress in check. And oxidative stress is what has been known to lead to inflammation in the body. They help improve immunity and keep the body healthy. And then lastly, as immunostimulants, they can help strengthen immunity within the body. Now, so what we're going to do now is we're going to examine specific essential oils that, and this is not an exhaustive list. This is just like top 5 or so essential oils to use in fitness. And I'm just going to I'm going to examine this oil from the perspective of therapeutic uses. And what is it about their chemistry that makes them particularly useful in your fitness journey? So we're going to begin with eucalyptus. And eucalyptus has powerful cleansing benefits, and it produces a soothing and a cooling vapor. So eucalyptus contains eucalyptol, and eucalyptol is number one is a powerful cleanser, and then it is cooling. It's what gives eucalyptus its sense that when you smell a bottle of eucalyptus, you immediately feel as if your airways are opening up. So eucalyptol is a vasodilator, which means it increases the size of your blood capillaries, so the blood will flow freely. And we have seen that an increased blood flow means that your body has more energy and more fuel, which means that your endurance and fitness is better. And then we've got, if you inhale eucalyptus vapor, it may help reduce inflammation, it may help relieve pain, it may ease muscle tension and chronic fatigue. And one of the things that I really love about eucalyptus is at the end of a very long day, when you're really feeling tired and achy, if you use eucalyptus in the shower, almost immediately you feel that sense of relief literally washing over you. So you take your bath with eucalyptus, and it feels like it just goes and straightens out muscles that are like tight and constricted, right? And then as an immune stimulant, eucalyptus can modify the immune response through simple inhalation. And then as an antimicrobial, eucalyptus is a powerhouse for boosting the immune system and keeping illness away. And you would use this by like diffusing. If you diffuse eucalyptus regularly. In fact, for me, eucalyptus is one of the oils that every family needs to have, and you need to be diffusing eucalyptus on a regular basis, also because it is antimicrobial and should be very good for just managing things that are hovering around in the air, germs and microbiomes that are hovering around in the air, microorganisms, let me not say microbiomes. Yeah, and then let's go on to rosemary. Everybody knows that rosemary is one of those essential oils that are literally used for focus and comprehension. And in fact, I used to hear that in I believe it was Israel, that before people would take a test, they would be made to smell rosemary, because it really helps with cognitive function. And in fact, one of these days, I think I'm going to do a class on brain wellness. That would be very interesting to explore. Let me just put that here. So rosemary has 1,8-cineol, which is cleansing. It has camphor, which is soothing and relaxing for tired muscles, and it also contains alpha-pinene, which is relaxing. So you can see these chemical compounds are what give the rosemary essential oil very specific therapeutic benefits. So, excuse me, rosemary promotes healthy respiratory function, and inhaling rosemary has been found to strengthen immune health. It's helpful in relieving minor pain and inflammation, especially relating to stressed out and tense muscles. Rosemary, in my opinion, has a very sweet smell. So it's also one of those oils that it would be good to diffuse, yes, but I also think like having it in a massage is also a very good idea. Depending on the type of rosemary you have, the doTERRA rosemary is just a really nice muted, almost sweet scent, sweet and herbal scent profile. It's invigorating and energizing, and it's useful for as a wake-up scent, which can help improve concentration. And during one of the classes I did, one of the blends that I found to be very useful and effective was peppermint and rosemary. So for a morning shower, just before you get into your day, you can just do a drop of peppermint. But peppermint can also tend to be very strong and overpowering, so maybe a toothpick swirl of peppermint and rosemary to get you started. Rosemary is a gentle analgesic, relieving minor pain, and it's a regulator that helps balance your body and mind and helps release headaches, migraines, and general fatigue. And so that blend of rosemary and peppermint is also just would do the same thing because peppermint is energizing and are waking up, and you also use peppermint to help when you have a headache and you take a drop of peppermint and rub it on your temples. So you can synergistically combine rosemary and peppermint and get all these properties together of being an analgesic and a regulator, balancing, and helps to relieve headaches and general fatigue, right? So let's move on to the citruses. And citrus oils are one of the most, let me not say powerful, but they're a welcome addition. It would be a good thing for you to have citrus as part of your fitness routine. And citruses help support an overworked immune system, and they help with body detoxification. Many citruses contain white terpene, which is cleansing, alpha-pinene, which is for immune support, and limonene, which is what gives citruses their characteristic uplifting scent. When you open a bottle of orange, for example, and you smell it, you immediately just feel so happy and energized and uplifted. This is what gives citruses its light and very cheerful scent profile. And so grapefruit, for example, is 90% limonene, and grapefruit has been studied and it has been found to be a diuretic and a lymphatic stimulant. And so you use grapefruit, for example, in dry brushing. And dry brushing, we're going to talk about it later, but it's a very interesting practice, especially when it comes to just stimulating the flow of lymph all around your body. And then lemon and lime may help to regulate blood pressure. Lemon has D-limonene and alpha-pinene, which help to increase lymphatic circulation, promote the formation of white blood cells, support the immune system, and help the body detoxification. So how would you use this? We're going to discuss that, but let me just give you some hints. You would add a drop of citrus into your water to help you not just stay hydrated, but also to help your body with its detoxification. And I'm also going to just issue a kind of a warning concerning internal use of essential oils as we go ahead. And then we talk about peppermint. So peppermint has menthol, it has menthol, and it has vanillic, similar to rosemary and eucalyptus and tea tree. So it is clean, compressed, minty, and fresh. And menthol is what creates that cooling sensation when it is inhaled. So peppermint has been tested extensively for its performance boosting activities. It's one of the best oils for increasing energy and just helping. It's almost like peppermint is like your personal psych oil. If you want you're getting ready to do any exercise routine and you're feeling a little bit sluggish or lethargic, when you smell peppermint, immediately you're almost like, yeah, let's go, let's get it done. And so experiments have been done with athletes, and it showed immediate improvement in performance measures like jumping, endurance, and respiration. And it makes sense because when you smell a bottle of peppermint, immediately your mind becomes alert, and you can almost feel like your lungs are just literally expanding. And then when your lungs expand, obviously you take in a lot more oxygen and you breathe better. And that goes around your body through the circulatory system, and you're able to get more endurance in your musculoskeletal system. Yeah, like that. And so according to a 2014 Iranian study, peppermint actually affects blood pressure, breathing, and other physiological measures. So peppermint is stimulating, the word is stimulating, and it is strengthening. It's an antiseptic, and it's also antispasmodic. It helps your muscles to relax. So topical application on the skin, of course, using a carrier oil and inhalation has been shown to improve pain tolerance and workload effort. Yeah, so that's something interesting to note. And then I got a bit more about ginger and black pepper and juniper berry. So these are all spices. Ginger is warming, anti-inflammatory, and energizing. When you think of just ginger, the herb, and when you smell ginger and how it's almost like hot. Like ginger is what would be characterized as a hot oil. It is an antioxidant which helps us to remove waste from the body. And then gingerol reduces inflammation and soreness. So I would use these oils with care. Hot oils with a lot more care, and I'd probably I actually like infusing ginger. I really love that infusing ginger personally. And then we've got juniper berry. Juniper berry is just a really beautiful complex scent profile. You have to smell it for yourself to experience it. But I personally really love juniper berry. It contains alpha-pinene, which is anti-inflammatory. They're saying it has a pine-like, slightly bitter scent profile. I wouldn't necessarily describe it like that, but I also don't have the correct words to describe it, right? It may dilate blood vessels when applied topically. I personally don't use juniper berry on skin. I use it in water. It just tastes so yum. I really like juniper berry. I like on a scale of 1 to 10, I think I'm on a 20. I really love it. It's a detoxifier which releases toxins and promotes the excretion of uric acid crystals from your body. Then we've got black pepper, which is another one of my favorites spices, both actual spice and also with the essential oil. It has a very potent scent, which is penetrating, energizing, and stimulating. One of the things about the hot oils is that they're actually very stimulating and energizing. Black pepper helps improve blood flow, reduce muscle spasms, and joint tightness. It is a lubrificant and it warms the body up and helps dilate the blood flow. Dilate means expand, boosting the blood flow. And when your blood flow is good, more oxygenated blood can take place, circulation can take place, toxins can get out, and that helps with your endurance and your performance during exercise. So these are just a few of the essential oils that you can use within your fitness. There's so many others. You can try things like lemongrass. You can try things like, oh, I did not talk about cypress. Oh Lord, oh no. And cypress is a very important oil. In fact, cypress for me is one of those oils that I use a lot when it comes to fitness. It's a tree oil, and I feel like when you use cypress, it's just really good for movement. And cypress is a tree, and I teach a framework where I teach that tree oils, because of the nature of trees, trees offer support and structure. And when we contrast that with the body, what offers support and structure is bones. So cypress is very good for bones. So if you have issues to do with your joints, I would suggest that you try a tree oil, and cypress is a very good one. It's also because it's a tree oil and you think of a forest, and when you think of being in a forest, you just think of breathing. It's also very supportive to the lungs, and to respiratory wellness. And in fitness, we absolutely need to breathe. We need to breathe better so that we are able to have endurance, right? I don't know how I forgot to put up cypress. No. Most of the oils are there. Let me check my notes. So I have geranium here. I've got lemongrass. I've got copaiba and frankincense as well. Those are some really good essential oils to kind of just try. But this is a summary. One of the things I've come to learn about essential oils, especially when teaching, is you just want to give a very not general, but you want to try and narrow it down as much as possible, because you'll find that there's so many different oils that you can use. But if you want to start, this is a good place for you to start as you begin to explore how other oils can also support your fitness and wellness goals, right? The question then becomes, how do we incorporate essential oils into our fitness routines? And I've broken them down like this, that you can use oils to help you maintain your focus. You can use oils to help you stay hydrated. You can use oils to help you manage injuries. You can use oils for cleaning. You can also use oils for post recovery and relaxation. So in the fitness journey where you have pre-workout, during the workout, and post-workout mode, right? So we're going to start with just staying focused. So when you use essential oils that have a stimulating scent and that have been studied to enhance focus during exercise, you're able to stay alert and to concentrate. When you use oils with crisp, refreshing, and uplifting scent profiles, these oils are natural cognitive enhancers, meaning they just help you remember things. And they're powerful stimulants for the mind and the body. And so we've got rosemary, which helps invigorate the mind and enhance memory. We've already discussed how in Israel people were used to smell sprigs of rosemary before they were taking an exam. And then inhaling rosemary can influence brain activity, leading to increased concentration. You've got the refreshing scent of lemon or orange or citruses in general will invigorate your senses, uplift and energize. And the same would go for peppermint, which will give you a physical and mental stimulation so that you can enhance your focus and stay motivated during exercise. By the time you're done smelling citruses and peppermints, you just want to get going. You don't want to kind of just, you can't be stuck in a rut after you smell something like orange. It's just impossible. And then eucalyptus promotes mental clarity and it dispels brain fog. It helps clear the mind, stimulates the brain, enhancing your focus and concentration. And one of the things about eucalyptus is immediately you smell it, the first thing you go is like, and I really ought to have bottles of oil so I can smell and you can see my reactions in real time to some of these oils. So how would you use them? Therefore, the easiest thing to do would just be to open the bottle and just take a whiff. And that's it, which is an immediate experience of the oil scent, making it effective for quick relief, stress reduction, and energy boost. So you can, as you inhale the oils, because it will take 2 minutes to travel up to the brain, and within 22 minutes, the molecules have already gone through the whole body. And there is a powerful connection between scent and your emotions, partly because your nose is directly connected to the limbic part of your brain, which is responsible for emotions and how you process things and all that good stuff. But you open the bottle directly, take a quick whiff. The connection between the nose and the brain has happened in 2 seconds, and you can immediately get a shift. And then we can also diffuse, which is a more subtle and mellow exposure, and this is good for creating a specific atmosphere in a room. So if you want to enjoy the stimulating benefits of an essential oil, you want to create a stimulated atmosphere as you're exercising, you can diffuse something like peppermint and orange. And this is gentle. It will expose you gently to the oil therapeutic properties as it imparts a pleasant aroma throughout the space, and then it just works on you in the background as you're doing your exercise. You can also do topical application, but you have to use a carrier oil because we have to be aware that your skin may react to having essential oils that are applied neat. So you can very easily take something like peppermint or even cypress and coconut oil, put it in a roller bottle, or just make a quick let's not call it a lotion. It's not a lotion, a quick cream or butter. Yeah, let's call it a butter. Butter makes a lot of sense. So you can just put a drop of, say, cypress or peppermint and put that in a suitable carrier oil and then apply it on your skin. So you can massage, say, on your chest, where you want to just have the smell on your joints, for example. The second part would be to stay hydrated during the workout. People have bottles of water. People chug a lot of water. Many people chug water when they are exercising. And we know that water is crucial to a healthy body. When we are hydrated, we function optimally and our brains are sharp. And if you feel like you're getting a headache many times, start by drinking water. It could be that what your body is showing is simply signs of dehydration. So we want to make sure that we get adequate water. And one of the things that I know that has even been a struggle for me is that plain water just does not taste nice. No. So a way to increase the taste, to improve the taste of your water and help you drink your recommended 2 liters of water is to add a citrus essential oil to your workout water. And I want to be very categorical here and say that not all essential oils are created equal. If you're unsure about your essential oil brand, by all means, don't do it. Don't do it. It's never that serious. But because I have used doTERRA for the past 8 years without any adverse effects, I'm very okay with just putting a toothpick swirl. In fact, you don't even need much. You don't need 10 drops to feel the effect. So what I do, I'd rather err on the side of less is more. So I take a toothpick, put it in the oil, swirl it around, and then put it in my water. And that way I have added not only taste, but it also helps with the body's detoxification. I personally really like, I love juniper berry and I love pink pepper added to water. It's just really nice. So these are some of the citrus essential oils that are available, and there are many more. There's wild orange, grapefruit, clementine, tangerine, mandarin. What other oils do we have for citrus? Lemon, lime. Yeah, those are some of the options that are available. And then you can also now make when it comes to muscle recovery, or when you have injuries, for example, you can make a very simple injury spray combining essential oils which have been known to be analgesic. And a good one is really lavender. And you can also add peppermint. And then you can top it up with witch hazel or alcohol, vodka. There's a certain specification of vodka that you can use. And you have to make sure that you use it in a glass bottle, not plastic, because essential oils corrode plastic. How do I know? I did that experiment once upon a time. You can also make a DIY muscle up, and it doesn't have to be contrary to what we think, it really doesn't have to be a hard thing to do. You can just get a simple carrier oil, something like coconut oil or shea butter, or depending on what your skin needs are. Then you will be performing double duty, making a nourishing skin oil while at the same time providing relief for sore spots. So you can use peppermint. I would put very little peppermint because peppermint is a really strong oil. So I would do maybe peppermint and lavender. I would probably do a bit of lemongrass. I didn't know with lemongrass, I could also put like cypress and lemongrass. With essential oils, the art part comes from just trying. You just experiment. Some people have gotten really good results with something like copaiba and lavender together. So you just keep trying. But peppermint and lavender for a muscle rub not a body butter, but in a butter like coconut oil or what's it called? Shea butter or jojoba, the way we would say it. Or even just sesame oil or almond oil or black cumin oil. Like, the options are endless. It's up to you to really just look at what works best for your skin and then choose oils that would support. So what you're looking for when you're making injury sprays or muscle rubs is oils with analgesic properties, oils that are antispasmodic, oils that are antimicrobial, oils that are refreshing and soothing on the muscles. That's what you're looking for. And of course, nourishing to your skin. That way you get double duty for the oils that you're using. And then you can use essential oils to help clean up your exercise gear. And this is a part that many of us tend to ignore, because if you have, sweaty, odorful, smelly, athletic, yeah, it's the conditions of exercise there make it a ripe environment for things like germs and mold and what not to thrive. So you have to just take special care, especially of your mats, for example, of your equipment, so you can quickly make an antimicrobial spray, using things like lemon or lime or even lemongrass, just to help. And tea tree. Tea tree. Tea tree is a very important essential oil when it comes to cleaning and cleanliness and antimicrobials and all that. So you can use tea tree, you can use lemon, you can use lime, you can use eucalyptus as well. Those would be my top 4 picks when it comes to cleaning. And so you can, for example, um, after you've done the final rinse of washing your clothes, you can put a drop of lemon and vinegar to just brighten, freshen, deodorize, and clean, and just bring extra antimicrobial properties to the final rinse of your clothes. You can put 5 drops of lemon or tea tree to baking soda and put it on your shoes, in your bag, to help manage odors. You can make a spray with eucalyptus and tea tree. Eucalyptus and tea tree smells really, is it no, eucalyptus and grapefruit or eucalyptus and lemon would smell really nice in terms of deodorizing. So you can make a spray bottle, add water, top it up with water, use that to spray your mat, use that to spray your equipment, use that to just deodorize and spray your workout space as well. So there you go. So cleaning up your exercise gear, you can really take advantage of essential oils to help you clean a little bit better and in a more, let me say, a simpler way, because all you need, for example, would just be vinegar, baking soda, water, and an essential oil, and that's as good as done, right? Let's talk about post-workout recovery mode. We've talked about before and during your workout. We've talked about assuming you get sustained injuries or you get some soreness or pain during your workout. You can make a rub. We've looked at cleaning your equipment and your workout space. Now let's talk about post-recovery mode. And one of the things, that after you come from a workout, there's nothing as refreshing as taking a bath. I personally favor warm baths. I know there are people who prefer cold showers, but I'm not one of them. And if you're one of them, good on you, but you can still use essential oils. And this time also, I'm just using essential oils together with a bath to calm your central nervous system, which then becomes the perfect blend for recovery, relaxation, and self-care. So what moist heat, aka a warm bath, will do is it helps seep deeper into muscles and tissues, allowing them to relax and recover. Then heat therapy will increase circulation and may dilate your blood vessels and increase blood flow, easing muscle pain and tension. And what increased circulation will do is it will deliver nutrient-rich blood to your muscles. And then heat therapy would be excellent to relieve sore muscles and stiff joints. And it's also been shown to ease post-workout soreness and back pain. So some of my favorites are, this is a very unlikely combination, but it works wonders, especially when you're really tired. Spearmint and basil. Then you can do lavender in the evening, eucalyptus in the morning. You can also try doTERRA's blends, deep blue, brief. You can also do ARX, or you can also do Aroma Touch. Aroma Touch also has spearmint and basil. And when I use Aroma Touch in the evening or in the morning after workout, I immediately smell spearmint and basil. Excuse me again. Then let's talk about dry brushing. And so dry brushing is a very good practice. It involves just using a brush like the ones in the photo, and you using long strokes, you kind of just brush your skin. And I did this consciously to really understand what was going on. And you do it on dry skin. That's why it's called dry brushing, before you take a bath. And what I felt when I felt like almost like a tingling, there was definitely a difference. I could feel like I could almost feel like my skin and my cells were waking up. Oh, I should have carried my dry brush so that I could do it. Could do it as you're watching, but you literally feel and you can see that your body is almost like it's getting. Then there are no correct words to describe it, but I do know that there was definitely an effect, almost feeling like a waking up, that you could feel like you could I could feel like after I had done dry brushing, I was like, yes, there's absolutely a difference. I feel like something has happened within my body after that brushing, and just it's like you do that and you're waking up circulation. I don't know how else to explain it. I really don't. So it also helps with exfoliation, which they say is key to having skin looking fresh and glowing. But for me, I just knew the word is kickstart. Yes, if kickstart was could be described in a word, it is that effect of brushing your skin and then you feel awake. Yes, it almost feels like this was what I felt my skin had. I felt like my skin was like this, and then after dry brushing, I felt it was like boom. It got like a kickstart. That is correct, and it helps along the body's lymphatic drainage system. So the two oils, actually four oils that I would recommend for dry brushing: grapefruit, cypress, pink pepper, and juniper berry. So you would take a drop of or two of grapefruit, put it on the brush, and then just begin. And in fact, that's enough for the whole body. And just begin to, vigorously, well, gently, but with a bit of pressure, brush towards your heart to just help stimulate and kickstart your lymphatic system. So these are all detoxifying oils. These are all stimulating oils. And I think next I'm going to actually try grapefruit and pink pepper, which is a scent combination I really love. I'm also going to try cypress and ginger, very little ginger, just to see what is going to happen, or black pepper, and then I'll keep you posted. The other thing you can do is to make compresses, and these ones are really for post-recovery mood. You can do either a warm compress or a cold compress. So heat will bring more blood to the area where it is applied, reducing joint stiffness and muscle tightness. So for a warm compress, you dampen a towel with warm water and put it on the affected area to ease muscle spasms. Then you can use something like lemongrass or peppermint. So what peppermint does, peppermint can either be cooling or warming, depending on what you need it to be. So if you're and the trick is this: if the area feels warm, you want to put a cold compress. But if the area feels cold and you need tight and cold and you need it to warm up, you put a warm compress. So you would use. Does that make sense? It works opposite. So if the pain is a cold pain, and you will know when it's a cold pain, you want to use a warm compress. When the pain is hot and tingling and stinging, you want to use an oil that's a compress that would be cooling. And so the essential oils you choose will be the same. For cold pain or for numbness, you would use a warming oil. So ginger, lemongrass, a bit of peppermint, and what is called black pepper. So you put a drop, or when you warmed your towel, put a drop of a warming oil like ginger and put it on the numbness so that it can warm the area up. Now, cryotherapy or cold therapy involves applying ice packs, cold compresses, and ice baths will ease pain by numbing the affected area. It will also reduce tenderness, swelling, inflammation, and bleeding. Where your pain feels hot, then now you want to take a cooling oil, and peppermint is usually the best option. So you want to dampen a towel with cold water, hold the towel, put it in a plastic sealable bag, put the bag in the freezer for 15 minutes, remove from the freezer, put a drop of peppermint, place it on the affected area, and it will just numb the hotness, cool down the heat that you could be feeling. So that's something to note. If your pain is a numbness and you need to warm it up, use a warming oil and a warm compress. Apply heat. If the pain or soreness you're feeling is hot, like you're literally feeling hot, you want to use a cold compress and you want to use a cooling oil. I hope that is useful. Then the other thing that you can incorporate essential oils is in massage. And massage, I didn't know this, but when I was doing research, I was pleasantly surprised to find that massage is very helpful in a fitness routine, and they gave about 10 reasons. So massage will help with detoxification by encouraging your body to eliminate toxins and lactic acid produced during intense exercise. And you can use something like lemongrass to really just help. That buildup of lactic acid is also what causes a lot of pain in the muscles. So you can use detoxifying oils. So for example, grapefruit, juniper berry, sometimes lemongrass, but also be very careful. And obviously you want to use a carrier oil when you're when you're doing a massage. It can help relieve tension by increasing blood flow, and the blood will carry hormones which can facilitate relaxation and a sense of well-being around the body. And actually, no, it's actually lymph fluid which will carry hormones around the body. And then in post-exercise recovery, it helps by breaking down muscle fiber. And this is important because then the massage can help deliver nutrients and oxygen to muscle tissue. It can help to ease muscle tightness, allowing muscle fibers to perform at their very best because of improved blood flow. And when you add an essential oil that helps, an antispasmodic, an essential oil that just really helps release muscle tension, and ease that tightness, your muscle fibers are able to perform at their best. So I would do something like eucalyptus, for example, and then to increase the flexibility of muscles and joints, reducing risk of future injuries, especially when it incorporates stretching. It helps to increase the blood supply to muscles. We all know now, by now, we all understand why it is important to have more blood supplied to body organs. Because in the long run, what that means is you have better endurance, you have better stamina, and your body just functions optimally. Then, as you reduce the tension in your muscles, you're able to promote deeper and more restful sleep. And restful sleep is an important part of the regeneration and growing and recovery process of your muscles. We know that the repair of the body happens when we are sleeping and when we are not active. So as you massage and release tension in your body, when you sleep better, then your body is able to regenerate itself better, right? As part of the rehabilitation process where pain has been experienced through injury or overtraining, and then as it releases the taut bands of muscle, it will improve your performance, your sleep patterns, and your overall health. And then I found this one to be very interesting, that it would minimize the effects of DOMS and decrease the discomfort experienced with DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, which is the post-workout aches that kicks in the day after a hard training session. And so the more you can massage yourself means that you recover very quickly, and then you're able to train more often and for longer periods. All the stuff just from massage. So you can imagine when you now amp up the effect of the massage by adding the correct essential oils based on their therapeutic properties, then you have a recipe for excellent post-recovery move. And so these blends are two blends that for me on a fitness journey will be very important, and partly because they contain the singular oils that I've already talked about. And one of the things is doTERRA has already done the work and combined these essential oils with certain wellness outcomes in mind. So instead of getting 10 bottles which contain 10 bottles to do all these things, why not get one blend which has already been expertly blended and curated to achieve targeted wellness. So Deep Blue is for soothing, and this is actually the blend that many people use during exercise. And it has blue tansy, it has helichrysum, it has ylang-ylang. So these are all floral oils which are very good for nourishing the skin. It also has osmanthus, blue chamomile, and it has a very important oil which is wintergreen. And wintergreen is an oil that soothes muscles and joints. And I just want to point out also that wintergreen is the main chemical constituent of wintergreen, which is methyl salicylate, is what is used in aspirin. And aspirin is a well-known analgesic, a painkiller. So wintergreen is very important. I just didn't talk about it in depth. I didn't talk about it at all during this class, but it's a very important essential oil. And then you've got camphor essential oil, used in massage therapy for its ability to soothe affected areas, and it also has peppermint. So with this one blend, you've got your oils for focus, you've got your oils for post-recovery mode, you've got your oils for just helping your muscles and your bones and also your skin and your breathing system as well. Then we've got the Aroma Touch Massage blend, which has cypress, peppermint, grapefruit. And grapefruit, we have talked about how it is useful for lymphatic drainage and detoxification. We've got marjoram, and actually marjoram has a very relaxing action on muscles. So marjoram is also just good for muscles. Then you've got basil, and you see here we have peppermint and basil, and that's just a combination of peppermint, spearmint, basil. Is very good for helping the body relax. And then you've got lavender. The other product I would highly recommend is the Breathe blend, which just has a beautiful combination of essential oils to support respiratory wellness. So you would want to diffuse Breathe to help you, like if you were doing something like heat, which requires a lot of breathing, which requires that you're breathing better so that you can have endurance for exercise. There's Breathe, there's Deep Blue, and Aroma Touch. Those three blends, and you have virtually covered all your needs for a fitness journey, right? So yeah, that brings me to the end, the close of this class. Let's see how we've done on time. I think we've done okay. I hope this information, I really pray this information has been useful. I pray we have a deeper appreciation, number one, of how our bodies are just so complex. Our bodies are wonderfully complex. We are fearfully and wonderfully made, and it is a privilege and a joy to be able to teach how essential oils work together to support our body's wellness, and in particular on our fitness journey. For everybody who's embarking on a fitness journey this year, I pray God's success over you. Don't give up. I pray that you will sustain it, not just for this year, but also may fitness be a lifestyle when you understand what is at stake. Because for you to function optimally, you need to be able to move well. You need to be able to be flexible and agile, and your body systems need to be working well. And I pray that I have given you some information as starting point to help you begin to look at essential oils in a different way and how they can just support your fitness journey. So next month, God willing, we're going to be talking about pampering, and I'm already excited about the content of that class. And when I was trying to unpack it more, it really was a guide to nurturing self-care that is not motivated by vanity, but that is motivated by how do I put this? Oh gosh, the words. Motivated by just wanting to look after our temple. That is it. Because our bodies are the temple of the Holy Spirit. That is it. So I look forward to teaching and seeing you again in February, most likely on the 10th. I'm not very decided on the date, but most likely on the 10th. And I'm just going to help you with what I've been doing, incorporating essential oils as part of a pampering routine. Yeah, so thank you all for joining me on this class. If you would like to get doTERRA oils, please reach out to me. Also talk to me about the 25% wholesale discount available to those who really want to take essential oils to the next level. And feel free to connect with me mostly on Instagram and on YouTube, as well as WhatsApp. So thank you everyone for joining me on this class today. I wish you a very successful January. I pray for your 2024 that the Lord will just order your steps and guide you all through the year. May this be the year where your wellness is really a priority. All in all areas, your emotional wellness, your spiritual wellness, your physical wellness, financial wellness. May you experience the prosperity of the Lord in all areas of your life, and may He keep you until we meet up again next month, God willing. That's it from me for now. Have yourselves a beautiful rest of the day. Stop.